It's not clear why someone would take a horse from this condition to this. There's a raging debate that is occurring right now, and that debate has to do with whether or not people are neglecting horses as a result of the economy, or is it because they are devalued because the slaughterhouse is no longer able to operate in the United States.
These are people that are not going to turn these horses over, even if they do have buyers.
Tom Colvin is the executive director of the Animal Rescue League of Iowa.
Well, we've taken in 43 horses so far this year. And, it's the situations have been varied somewhat, but, in the majority of the cases, we seem to be dealing with some type of, for lack of a better term, kind of a mental illness situation, because decisions were being made that just wouldn't be made by reasonable and rational people.
People on both sides of the issue have very strong feelings on whether or not horses are being neglected because of the lack of slaughter.
What I've seen for people in the horse industry, I used to work at a horse sale and it was every 2 weeks. They closed the sale barn down last year because they couldn't make their expenses when they sold horses because the price is so low. They couldn't get enough commission money to pay the people that were working at the sale barn. As a veterinarian, people that were vaccinating horses and taking care of horses, A, they don't have the horses, B, they're doing minimal amounts of care. And we've seen, cuts or injuries, and the guy said, well, the horse is only worth $50 at the sale barn. I'm not spending $200 or $300 to sew one up.
In 2007, the United States outlawed the humane slaughter of horses in this country. Now, horses can still be slaughtered in Mexico and Canada, which, frankly, they have an overabundance of.
Basically, when you take the floor away, everything falls into the basement, Used to be the killer buyers who'd give $600, $700 for a horse right off the bat. So if you wanted to buy a horse to ride, you had to pay $750 or $650. You had to, typically what happens is the auctioneer will start, ask for a bid. And if there's no start to the bid, he'll look at the killer buyers and they'll say, they'll look at the horse and they know what he weighs and they want the fat, juicy ones. They don't want the skinny, scrawny ones. And most of them, deal in riding horses also. The horses that went to slaughter were the horses that nobody wanted.
Whether it's hoarding, the lack of slaughter, or a bad economy, the fact is horses are being neglected in this country.